Good morning, good morning, happy 1st of October, happy Vlogmas, and welcome, come on in. How are all of you today? Saturday, oh I spit in there, sorry. Saturday, the 1st of October, oh I'm still spitting. I'm too excited for your company. So welcome. Let me just introduce myself, just in case. Well, I do know that there's a few new people, had a few new subscribers this week. So thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your company with me, and you're more than welcome to come in. My name is Karen. My podcast is Stitches and Jacks, and I think I'm 2 years in now. So hopefully I'm a lot more, well, I was going to say technically minded. A little bit more, well, I'm not going to say professional, but a little bit more tech savvy. Yes, probably, because I couldn't do a lot when I first started. So welcome to one and all. Karen, Stitches and Jacks, and it's Stitches and Jacks because I like to do various crafts. Knitting is sort of way up there. My crochet is like, ooh, it's coming on. Which any of you that watched my yarn down video, and there was quite a few of you, so thank you very much, and thank you for all the kind comments. I was trying to imagine that you were with me and that we were going around the stalls and you were behind me going, buy it. So I could have come home and said, oh, it wasn't me, it was influencing me. Does that sound plausible? No. So I thought, right, okay, what do I do? Do I get out everything that I got out last year? Because if you want to go back and have a look, last year I went through all my treasures from previous yarn dales, and I think I had made 1 or 2 items from that, and that's it. And then I thought, no, this month it's all about being cozy, being about self-care, keeping the news off, keeping the world outside. At times, obviously, you can't avoid it, and you also need to know what's going on. But there. So I thought, no, what else could you do that was perhaps a little bit different? I love looking at all the videos. If you could recommend any that have had a tour of Yarndale, I would love to have a look. So yeah, leave me a comments down below. I've watched Alex from My Yarny Corner, and I've watched Amanda from Little Like Cat podcast. They always get that the wrong way around, and they're beautiful. Amanda was wearing this absolutely gorgeous autumnal hand knit jumper, colour work. She looked absolutely sensational. So maybe I could make something over the coming year that I will be able to wear, like a fair isle. Oh, I'm worried, I'm putting the pressure on. Challenge myself. That's my word for the year, is to challenge myself. So thank you very much. I live in the northwest of England with my husband, and we have 5 Jack Russells. I was talking about stitches, wasn't I? So stitches like knitting, crocheting, sewing, and it's mainly things like project bags and quilting. I've gone back to quilting. I've had 2 sessions. Oh my word, I'm inspired by the ladies, lovely ladies, and our teacher that's in the group. If anybody stands outside, I think they would think we were, I don't know, at a comedy show, or, well, dare I say, on something, because it's just fellowship. Being there, like-minded people, we're given a project and everybody goes away, and it's not very often that somebody has, I think only once before, that ladies have had, it's all ladies, so if I say ladies and she, that's because they're ladies. I think it's only one project, 2 ladies had the same project, but because of how they put same fabric choices, because of the way they put their fabrics together, it looked completely different, and that was a really interesting experience. Experience. Like we all look at each other's work, because one of us are going and say, we'll get our stuff out, and somebody will say, oh, isn't that lovely? And then the ladies get out, well, yeah, bit of a mistake. And our teacher says, right, go and stand over there, and if I can see it, you can unpick it. And if I can't, you leave it as it is. So that's my stitches, and Jack's is because we have 5 Jack Russells. I'm also I'm very proud to be British, and I'm try and buy local and British, not against anybody else, but that's just how I am. And also you can see my picture behind me. I feel I'm like, I don't know, going to tell you the news. Perhaps I am. Perhaps I'm going to tell you the news of Vlogtober. Or I'm in the Eurovision Song Contest. Yes. So news from the palace is the corgis have had to move over, and the Jack Russells are the dogs. So we have 5. We have Mum and Dad, we have Bronte, who is mine, and she is a proper little princess, but she can get down and dirty with the boys. We live in the countryside, by the way, so that's what I mean by dirty, like mud and stuff. And when I got her, I thought that, because they live for about 10 to 14 years, so it's a big time. And I thought, oh my word, you know, she's going to be my puppy, probably my last puppy, and I'll just thoroughly enjoy her. I've had dogs since I was about 20. So, yeah, crumbs, oh my word, 36 years ago. 36 years I've had dogs, and I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered if you know my age, you know my measurements, even if you want to know my weight, I'll tell you. It's just, we're talking about knitting and fitting and crocheting, so yeah. And then my husband was all over her. So I went and did all things you shouldn't do. Got Max, who's the little monkey, got her pregnant. We had planned for it, but being a townie, I thought a stair gate would be okay. And I was taking her to my daughter's while she was in season. But yes, so a few weeks later, we had 5 boy puppies arrive, not one girl. So we kept 3, and both my daughters had one each. My stepson couldn't have one because he was still at uni. And I just am laughing because I've realised what I'm saying. I'm introducing the dogs before my children. And the kids do say to us, oh, you love those dogs more than you ever loved us. And it's not true. Well, yeah, no, it's not true. So I have 2 darling daughters and a darling stepson. So perfect, like little family. And we've all lived together for the last, I don't know. We've been married 22 years this year. It should be, I was a millennium bride. I'm getting too giddy, too excited. And yeah, we've all lived together since about 1995. So I don't know why I told you that. So I'm digressing already. So any new viewers, I am going through the menopause, and well, I think I'm okay. I'm probably the only lady that doesn't have a hot flush. I'm very, very lucky not to have a hot flush, so I can knit all the knits that I want. So our heating's off, which I think everybody's heating. Well, yeah, it's off. It's not gone back on yet, but we've got an Arga here. We are very lucky that we've got an Arga. It was here before we moved in. So Bronte was devastated. As you'll spend your time with us over the next month or so, you'll see, yeah, Mrs. And she's on that mat by the Arga. Nobody else is allowed there. But we put it on because we're having a job getting the washing done. Oh my word, this is a real rambly introduction, isn't it? You'll have all turned off by now. So, yeah, I look after 5 grandchildren, and I'm lucky enough that I look after 3 of them regularly. And the baby, yes, I've got 5, can't do with maths now, 4 grandsons, and we finally got a granddaughter. So I look after her sporadically, I should say. So I think this month I'm going to try having all 3 of them. It's logistics really. I live about half an hour away from town, so I have the boys and I do the school run. So I pick them up, stay over, and drop them off. And I've said that I will try, and I'll have a once and just see. In the sense of, I'm quite capable of, like, if I don't sleep, I don't sleep. I can just sleep the next day. But we have to leave half an hour earlier than the boys do when they're at home. And I don't know if that fits into her routine, so we will see. I can already see I'm at 10 minutes. Oh. So I thought I'd just come on, say hello. And it's about 11 o'clock here. And I've been in bed this morning. My husband got up really early, so I was able to come downstairs, make myself a cup of tea, and then pop back to bed. And I have picked up a project, so I was knitting on that and watching some YouTubes. Yeah, so today in the Jack's household, it is a lazy day. So I've got up, I've tidied around. I didn't do the dishes last night. I was tired. It was Friday. We'd had all 3 boys on Thursday, so yeah, I was naughty. I left the dishes, but empty nesting, you can do what you want. So I tidied the kitchen this morning, folded the washing, put that away. What else have I done? Oh, done another load of washing. That's out now by the Arga. I've hoovered around. Yeah, so that's my not busy day. And now I can please myself. So I have my cup of tea. And this is, yeah, wild apple and cinnamon. So I'll come and show you I'll come and share with you my socks. Oh, and if you wanted to know where I got my mug, my beautiful mug, that's where I got my mug. And I think I bought a couple. So I will leave those in the show notes down below. Oh, that is really nice, really nice. So I am working on, I can't show you the pattern because it's upstairs. There's my glasses. Oh, I meant to say to you, I've got dressed for you as well. Yeah, dressed down in layers now. Now there's no heating on. So I've got, this is quite autumnal, this top. Can you see it? Yes, and for any of you that are in the UK, it is a Marks and Spencer's special. I think it's indigo, the label, and it's cotton. Really, really pretty. Really pretty. So I digress. So the socks I've been working on were my August socks, and I think I was busy working on a gift project, a crochet gift project that you always think it's really quick, but it isn't. And a shawl for my daughter. I had already done 2/3 of it, and then I had to do the lace, but I got up to about 400 stitches. So it's mega knitting and mega crochet. So these socks are the cheering socks by Curious Handmade, and they are living in a winter bag. And this is by Crafty Clegg. I think this is a bag that you can kind of use from the autumn. Look at that little rabbit. So yeah, there's her logo there. Can you see the label on there? So I am using stash yarn. Yes, I'll do Martin. Polish the halo. And these were from 2020. My husband said, what would you like? So I said, oh, I'd like some yarn, please. He said, go on, order what you like. He likes to live dangerously. So it's Mr. B's yarn, and these mistletoe and kisses, and that's the main. No, that's the variegated. That's this one. Look at that. Can you see that? Got you right under the light. I should have practiced, shouldn't I? It's all natural here. So that's that one, and it's a 4-ply, and it's a Hiddleston 4-ply, and this one is Sprout. Oh, the needle's stuck in there, and that's the Sprout. And it has created, oh my word, I'm so in love with this. My eldest daughter, the one that's a knitter, who you might see on the podcast every so often. She's normally in the video footage. She was like, oh, I like those, Mum. I was like, oh, do you, darling? So that's the green. Perhaps I'll come on and show you. I'll put a better picture in. And that's the cable. Oh, my word, look. So I'm certainly in a cable mood after I'd finished Fred's hoodie that he got in July. and that's the green. I'll put some pictures on because I don't know quite how this is going to come out, and it's a heel, flap and gusset. So I was just working on the gusset this morning, on my gusset. I did that this morning. Can you see? Am I pulling that out correctly? Yeah. Oh, look. Look at these. You see? Oh my word, it's just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Yes. So I'm really in love with those. So I'm better on my sock mode. Right, I'm going to go now because it's already at 16 minutes, and I want to spend some more time with you, but I'll spend it later. So I might even edit some of this out. I'll speak to you later on. Yeah, they're amazing.
Oh boys, boys, oh boys, Bobby, Barney, Manny.
Do you know what these are? Good look at that. Be all hello. I'm up in my craft room. Oh, I can see I've got a reflection. I hope this is okay. I've just been busy, well, busy sorting some things out. We've been for a walk, which I'll put some footage on, and then I've been ironing. I know, but nice ironing. Oh, I knew that I'd forgotten something. Bear with me. Right, just like that, I'm back. I try sort of the end of the month, beginning of the month, have like a roundup of my projects, see if there's anything I can sort of finish and tick off for that particular month, or if there's something that I would like to start. Just see something over there, I'm not sure if I can reach it. Yeah, like a new project at the beginning of the month or something, or if I'm at the end of something, no, got to finish it, you can't start that project until you finish this. So I was thinking, sorry for looking away, just trying to pick up this. I quite like to do a couple of things this month, and there's something that I would like a table runner, as I say, back into my quilting. I never really follow a pattern, I just kind of make something up. I've never, oh no, I was about to tell a lie then. I was about to say I've never quilted, like never bought a quilt kit, but I did for Benjamin I made it last year, but I think I'd bought it in 2018 when we were at London Knit and Stitch. So I'd like a table runner. Now, I have this book here. So I have this book here from Stuart Hillard. And I would like, say, an autumnal table runner. And he's talking here about old-fashioned frames. So you would start off, those of you that aren't quilters, you would start off with this piece in the middle, if you can see it, and then you would put these pieces around the edge, and then you would make these border pieces like this, and then you'd add a frame. This is a way of just starting off with a block and then just making it bigger and bigger and bigger until it was the size you wanted. So I quite like, I'll try and show you without showing too much of the book. I like this one, which is the, what's he called it in here, the 1 star block. So I like that. And I also like the churn dash block as well. So I thought, these two would be quite nice on a table runner. So I've got some autumnal fabrics out. So I have this, which I absolutely love, and I'm wondering, I think it's this piece, if that would perhaps do the back. I was thinking perhaps of making some that not, I was going to say not too seasonal, but I could just use that as one piece, and then that way I could have two. I've just ironed it. I should have done it. I should have showed you this before I'd ironed everything. So I've got that piece. I've got this piece, which might be a bit blousy for some people, but I love it. Look at it. So I'm not sure whether I should perhaps make it into a project bag. See how much I can. Oh yeah, look at that. That's just beautiful. That screams autumn to me. So we have that, and then I have this. So I would like to use some autumnal prints in this. And I have pumpkins. And I really like those. It's autumn to me, yes, like pumpkins, leaves, sunflowers. So this just takes a bit of time to work out where I want to place everything. I don't think the blocks themselves will be particularly difficult. Look at this. So I think again I have half a yard of that one, and that I could even make a nice little pumpkin patch. So I have a bit more of this. So I don't know whether I bought that all together or I bought it separately, I don't know. And then I don't think that I really have well, I have one autumnal bag which I absolutely love, and that's this one, and that's autumn to me. That's the garden. But I think I only bought a fat quarter, and I bought it in London, I think probably in about 2016. So I've used it. I also got my brick fabric. You have like a brick greenhouse, and I used every single bit, even these like little labels for the ribbons. And I used gingham to iron it, and the gingham I bought for sort of makeshift tablecloths when my daughter had a, well, she had a pre-wedding wedding party. It's just we had her, my son-in-law's, some of my son-in-law's family came from Canada, and others travelled quite far, and we hadn't met them, so we thought it would be a good idea to have a little party. I said, don't be very many, it's not going to go on very long. I didn't go to bed till like, well, it's gone 3 o'clock because it was a summer evening. It was just beautiful. But I digress. And then I've kind of sort of done these patchy on there, so literally every piece. And I don't know where I got the ribbon from. I think that's scrap. And still works. A little pumpkin lavender sash. So yes, I'm in the mood for making something. So a table runner and maybe a bag. And I have this beautiful fabric that I found in my stash. I think I was going to make some project bags and sell them, but that is way too much hard work in the sense of for a deadline. I'm quite capable of making them, I think. And this would be the lining. Look at that. So that would be the lining, and then this probably would be the base of the bag, the bottom of the bag. And then I've just been looking at some more fabric. So trees, I was going to say mushrooms. I have some mushrooms here. Oh, look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? So I haven't ironed these. I just grabbed these. I think I intended to make a quilt. Yeah. That's lovely. Oh, look at these. I was looking at mushrooms on my wall. That's why I made me come home and get my fabrics out. And then I have a small piece here. Can you spot? I think there's an owl. Is there an owl? Yeah, an owl or two on the fabric. Yeah, it's a bigger piece here. So that's that. So they're kind of ideas. And then I have a new cast on today, and I have looked forward to this. I should have made it last year, and it's for Alfie. I don't knit him anything very often because he's getting to that age where, well, I think hand knits are not cool. I made him a hat last year, the Stephen West. Was it Stephen West? Was it the Duster? Something like that, and he absolutely loved it. And I have a bag. I have a book for all my grandchildren, and I just write all my notes in there, and it's quite handy actually going through it and looking at what I've got. So according to this, perhaps I haven't written the detail. No, I haven't. Last thing I made him last year was the Toft Monster 2020, so it's 2 years ago. So he has requested a jumper. We were looking through patterns. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and this was supposed to be for his 9th birthday, but I didn't get around to it. Terrible, aren't I? Terrible grandma. So he's picked out this jumper. So he wants a cable jumper. Oh, and he wants the hat to go with it. I don't think you can see the hat. And I just... It's out of stash. Yay! So it is So Crafty yarn from Aldi. So it's Aran Weight Sew Crafty yarn from Aldi. Excuse the crinkling, and I just busted the label. So that's 400 grams. So I think it's going to be like a, I did measure it, I've left the measurements in the other room. So I think, so I think I'm going to attempt the 10 to 11 size, and I have to have this finished because his birthday's in November, so no pressure. So there we are. We're going to cast on the rib, and then we are going to have a dose of telly tonight, I think. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for today. Though I might come on. Yeah, I think that maybe that's it. If I do come on, it's a surprise. If not, you won't be disappointed. I'm aware that this one is very long, and they're not going to be this long, so don't worry. So I'll see you later. Hello. The day has run away with me. It is 5 to 6, nearly 5 to 6. So I've been upstairs for, wow, it's even 5 minutes. But I thought I'd just come on and say good night. You probably won't see me in my pyjamas. Yeah, in the evening when my face drops, or in the morning I have to wait for my face to come back. So one thing I wanted to share with you, Saturday night, and it's Strictly. Yay! So I need to be prepared, and I wasn't last week, so I'm going to cast on a pair of socks and enter it in Strictly Sock Along. So this is a yarn ball by Giddy Yarns. I'll get out of the way. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's called Grandma's Christmas Tree. But isn't that lovely? Can you see the sparkle? Is it sparkle? A little bit. Last year I was doing really well. I think I needed about 19 pairs of socks over the course of the year. I was doing working the Rainbow Chronicles. I think when you're in like a knit along like that, it just inspires you like to keep knitting. I don't think I've knitted 9 pairs of socks yet this year, but I went through a phase where I think I had about 3 or 4 pairs of socks on the needles all at one time, and that was way too much for me. I was sitting upstairs, I was thinking, oh, I really want to, do a Strictly pair of socks. I haven't even thought about it. What can I do? And I was just going through some skeins. That's why I haven't done very much, because I was busy feeling and curating my yarn. But then I thought, right, try and keep it a bit easier. It's supposed to be about calm and cozy this month, sorry. So this will be ideal, a self-striping vanilla sock. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have my yarn. I have my very special mug. So I'm making myself a nice hot drink, or Mr. Jack's will be making me a nice hot drink, and I have my bag. So I'm all prepared for my Strictly. I purchased this last year from Gemma at Espray Designs on Folksy, I think. So yes, so I'll just get myself a little treat, and then off I go this evening. So I'll say goodnight, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay, bye my lovelies. Hope you enjoy Strictly if you're watching it. Hope you have a lovely Saturday night, and talk to you tomorrow. Okay.